Oh, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's March 3rd, 2025. I'm Joe Mack, and I took a little break from reading, but I'm back.
Hi, I'm Loralei, and reading is really fun for me.
So, the excuses. Why did I take a break? Well, I changed jobs and had a couple more kids, and it just got a little hard for me to find time to read. But like I said, we are back and we are fully addicted. We're talking the written word bound between cardboard, wrapped in fancy paper, adorned with etched, gilded letters. Okay, we're talking cloaked beneath dust jackets. Books, baby. Recently, we ordered some of the next books in series that we had been reading. We'll talk about those and what I'm most excited to get back to. How about you?
Very excited.
Awesome. We also had an update from Anderida Books on February 25th about The Murdered Son by Christopher Ruocchio. And Apple TV Plus announced their Murderbot series. So I went and looked up all those short stories that are only available on ebook so we could get all that sweet, sweet lore before the show drops. So Anderida Books had an update February 25th letting everyone know that The Murdered Son, the original draft of what eventually became Empire of Silence, has been delayed slightly because they're making it look oh so good. And some complications at the printer, ultimately with the printer being acquired by a larger entity. How are they making it look so good, you ask, huh?
Hmm?
Well, starting with The Murdered Son, each deluxe Sun Eater novel will now feature two covers, both illustrated by artist Kieran Yanner. They'll feature a lavishly illustrated full-color wraparound dust jacket and a monochrome character piece printed directly onto the front metallium cloth-covered boards. I don't know what metallium is, but that sounds fancy. Apple TV announced their Murderbot series with Alexander Skarsgård as the frontrunner. Very cool. I never read the seventh entry in the series, so I will be reading Systems Collapse soon. But I'm also going to use those wonderful Murderbot novellas as my way to get back into reading. I know it's super enjoyable. He's such a fun character to read, and they're not too heavy. I'm going to try and hit those finish to book milestones a little easier. This time around, I have the three short stories that were locked onto the ebook. Compulsory, which takes place before All Systems Red, Home, which happens sometime in between Fugitive Telemetry and Network Effect, and there's also a short story by Martha Wells called Obsolescence in an anthology collection called Take Us to a Better Place. Now, it's not officially listed as a Murderbot story because it's not about Murderbot and it doesn't reference sec units. It does reference rovers, though, a different kind of construct. And rovers are referenced in one of the TV shows our favorite sec unit watches, and specifically in the book Exit Strategy. So I'm going to enjoy getting back to it with those stories. And I think maybe we could finish up by talking about that little book haul we had.
Yep, I've got Freedom Books 11 and 12.
What have you liked about Fearin' so far?
So there's a lot of magic in it, and I love magic stuff,
Mhm.
and the art style is just so
The art style is really good. I've really enjoyed that instead of a regular shonen anime or manga, I guess, right? Because it's a book. It starts after their original adventure ended. That's
yeah.
why it's called Freer and Beyond Journey's End.
Hmm.
But it feels more like it's like a cozy magic story. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Plus the anime is sick, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. She's been reading it. I've just been watching it. So she's been letting me know how good the books are. She's ahead of me now. That hasn't
Yes.
happened before. So that's pretty interesting.
Hmm?
All right. Let's see some of the stuff I got. Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. This is the final book in the Bloodsworn trilogy. I'm very excited to get back to this Viking mythology based fantasy story. It's been awesome. I've been really enjoying the way that he's put so much research into the different mythology that goes in. Not different, I guess, right? It's all Viking stuff. But just the way that he used the real stories to build this has just been awesome. I like what he's done with it. So this one's exciting. We also got Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. This is the penultimate book in the Red Rising trilogy, followed up hopefully shortly by Red God, but I don't care how long he takes because I know it's going to be sick. I heard it was going to be the thickest boy in the whole series.
What have you liked so far about this story?
Oh, so Red Rising is just, it's wild. It's super action packed. The main character, Darrow, is super cool. You know, you like him a lot.
Hmm.
And the first book actually is like kind of Hunger Gamesy.
Yeah.
So it's like a bunch of young people
Yeah.
kind of fighting against each other, trying to survive.
Hmm.
But then starting with book two, it gets wild. It's crazy out there. And one of my favorite things actually that Pierce Brown does is the way that he name stuff, like different technology, weapons, and armor and stuff that they use,
Yeah.
the way that he names it is super easy to understand because it's a sci-fi book, and sometimes the things that people in sci-fi books, authors, when I say people,
Yeah.
um, the way that they talk about stuff, sometimes it feels like it's like way up here and
Yeah.
it's like over your head. So he's got there's these boots that
Mhm.
people wear that helps them fly,
Mhm.
right? And so like anti-gravity,
Yeah.
guess what they're called?
What?
Grav boots. It's just the first thing that comes to my head. Like just it's so straightforward, but it also fits within the world, right? It makes sense like with in the context of the story. So I really that's like off the top of my head one of the things I really like.
Yeah.
And lastly, we have Empire of the Damned. We got this boy from Barnes and Noble. It had one of those pesky Barnes and Noble exclusive stickers on it. And after some very patient peeling, we were able to get that sticker off, and there is no glue residue left. Cannot stand stickers on books. But
Mhm.
you know what's worse?
What?
When they print the sticker on the
I
book.
hate that.
Yeah, it's an unforgivable sin.
Mhm. And what have you liked about that?
Empire of the Damned. So
Yeah.
Empire of the Damned's the second book. The first book's called Empire of the Vampire.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's another vampire story,
Mhm.
but it's cool vampires,
Mhm.
right? And it uses a lot of the original ways that vampires have to act, like they can't cross running water
Yeah.
and being only available to walk around at nighttime. Like just some cool stuff about original vampire lore is included.
Mhm.
And the main crew or like the people whom you follow, they are well, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, and I can't remember exactly how the first book is premised, so I don't want to say too much, but it's action packed, it's well written, and it's kind of like a return to form with vampires in the fantasy world again. They strayed from the path for a little while, and they were written for like a small group of people, and it was very like romance driven for a
Yeah.
while, so I didn't really get to participate, but
Mhm.
it also has great art. Check this out. Check that out. Super cool. So yeah, that was our little book haul.
Yep.
Lightbringer, Empire of the Damned, Fury of the Gods, Freer and 11, Freer and 12. I think
Mhm.
12's the newest one too.
Yeah,
So
it is.
awesome. You'll be all caught up when all that's done. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Why don't you tell me what you're reading? How do you feel about stickers on books? Have you ever taken a break from reading? Get in the comments. Let me know. We want to know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time. Love you. Bye.
Bye.